yeah. All right, let's get this rocking. The boys rolling in on horseback on a Friday. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh, what's this? Interesting. Oh, we got some stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on. Today. We'll give people a minute to roll on in. I gotta go grab my drink. In Ireland? Hell yeah. All right. Woke up drunk, going to work now. Fun. It sounds like a good time. I said I ain't fucking leaving. Yo, says Robbie. Robbie with the Cartman at the Special Olympics. Doo-doo. All right. I'll get it going, guys. Hit the like button on the way in. I just grabbed my drink. Gotta get the drink, but not a certain kind of drink. Are you guys, let me get a check. Who's tuning in from work right now? Curious. What time is it? 10:10? Make a wish. I like 10:10 better than 11:11. Happy Easter to my peeps. Well, on Sunday. Oh yeah, Good Friday. Yeah, hopefully it will be a Good Friday. I don't know what we actually are participating in with Good Friday, but a Good Friday. Every day you wake up on Friday is a Good Friday. (6:10 a.m.) Oh, so you're operating on those Western frequencies. Cup of tea, chilling with the boys. Yo, for real. We definitely have to get some mushroom tea action going when it's time. I will definitely get one of those. What kind of mushroom? I don't know. I'm not saying nothing specific. But it'll be a good time. Easy now. Whoa, easy there, man. Whoa, just take it easy, man. Wow, that light brightened up everything. I can see now. So bright in here, right in my face. We won, family. All we have to do is wait. Let's hope, dude. Let's hope there's nothing too crazy of a black swan taking place. Never underestimate their ability. Albino A+. I don't know if I've had albino. I don't know if I've had that. I've allegedly known somebody who has tried golden teachers, and they're pretty solid. Hope we definitely won. Have you seen the maxis lately? Which kind of maxis, dude? Maxis from which way? Every which way. All of them? Oh, dude, it's like Lord of the Rings on ultimate steroids. Drop back to 80 cent before we launch. But we've had people thinking they're calling it accurate. Who knows? Maybe you are accurate. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really affect me. I may or may not have accumulated a little bit more of some stuff today. I may or may not. I'm not saying nothing. Chip away at it. Slow and steady wins the race. Consistency wins the race and everything. Working out. I mean, any task. It takes time. It takes commitment, repetition. And that's it. Usually that's how you win. Stocked up on H-Bar and Z-Beck this morning. This is the first time I got a YouTube notification you're on. Fucking YouTube's playing games with Johnny. John and Mr. Johnny 81, dude. Not to be confused with Johnny Test. And his dog, what was his dog's name? Duke? That show was kind of ass though. It was like a little bit later down Cartoon Network's legacy. I didn't like that one that much. They fucking annoyed me. Camp Lazlo was more my type of shit, dude. If anyone knows, shout out if anyone knows Camp Lazlo. But we have an older crowd in here, so you guys probably have no clue some of this stuff, which is actually insane to think about. This is the first time I got YouTube. Oh, I just read that. All right, how about I read the other one? Golden teachers are emotional mushrooms. If you want to peek through the veil, get some penis envy or A+. Really? I will say the golden teachers definitely did make a little bit emotional, but like, dude, it was hypothetically, it was unbelievable. It was crazy. This is nope. It says Campbell Soup. Have you tried the mushroom gummies off of Amazon? Surprisingly, they work in extreme body high. I recommend. No, I have not. I have tried allegedly, hypothetically, other mushroom gummies and stuff like that. Stuff trying to be it. Nothing has come even close to the real thing. Like one had an effect, but there was something underlying that. I was like, no, this is not the same fucking thing. Something in your soul. Got a cup of tea, chilling with the boys. Stocked up on H-Bar, read that, Golden Teacher. Is 37 considered an older crowd? Yeah. I would say so. At least from where I'm at. What do you think about the moon launch on April Fool's Day? Like, why do they got to do it on April Fool's Day, man? Why do they got to do it? It's so... There is a lot of related moon stuff. I mean, remember the whole fucking Bearable Guy 123 Sesame Sea? It's on the moon. It's on the moon. There's another rocket on the moon. I mean, just so happens they're talking clarity getting past end of May. I'm being weary. I just saw the Treasury. The Treasury wants like a 60-day notice to implement Genius or something. There's something going on with a deadline and opening up the Genius Act. We've seen Jeremy Allaire out there saying he thinks it's going to be a stablecoin summer. We see all sorts of different documents. And the Rothschild document, they're all talking about they expect this thing to get passed in 1 to 2 months. That was back in February. Brad now says 80% chance by the end of whatever, next month or something. Pam Bondi out, I saw that. And then they got some other guy in there who's just going to do what he's told to. I mean, I don't really. LOL, I grew up in the 90s with Cartoon Network. Dude, Cartoon Network. 2000s with the Cartoon Network was unbelievable. Such gems. Ed, Edd n Eddy is my favorite cartoon of all time. That and early SpongeBob, I'd say those are the best cartoons of all time. Just from my life perspective. 90s Spider-Man, though, was a fucking phenomenal cartoon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was phenomenal. Pokemon was pretty sick. Dragon Ball Z kind of always annoyed me from an early age, though, because it takes like 47 episodes to get through one scream. Early Naruto I liked. That was cool. Digimon, I was never crazy on Digimon. Bakugan I liked. Bakugan went fucking heavy for a while. That was awesome. Maybe they will find oil on the moon. They're not even going to the moon. They're apparently doing a drive-by of the moon. Like what? Real monsters. If they don't pass the Clarity Act before the midterms, I just heard that Pocahontas will take over the Senate Finance Committee from Tim Scott. Then we're fucked. But the thing is, yeah, I know. I think all the money is too invested in it at this point. And you guys just saw yesterday, I think, Coinbase got approval for their conditional OCC thing. Very convenient that they're the last seeming entity holding this whole show up. Or whatever the reason you want to assign to them is. They're holding this whole thing up, and all of a sudden we just started hearing like, they're floating around now. In 48 hours, we think we get this closed. We think they get this closed like before Easter, after. Like we're pretty much there now. And then they get their conditional approval. It's interesting. It's almost like, all right, as part of the deal, we want that. All right, yeah, have it. We move on, and that's it. The world goes around. It seems like they got what they wanted. Like now you can imagine who's because that OCC rule went into some amendment on it went into effect on April 1st. So, got a lot of stuff moving. Dude, Ripple, some of the stuff Ripple has been announcing is crazy. With the Treasury Department of their business. and integrate in the same dashboard for a whole suite of uses. It's like everything's on the same level of ease and just use of access. Fucking regular fiat, the fucking stable coin, and XRP just being on the dashboard now. A certain fucking thing. Crazy. I'm seeing reports of what's it called? There's so many. There's just so much. There's actually so much. Let me see. Ah, man. Never ends. Need to stop for Marlboros. Yo, I've thankfully never smoked a cigarette in my life. Thankfully. The new Bretton Woods. Like, is this for real? Incoming April 3rd. Oh, shit. I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared.
Our world is undergoing profound changes and facing new shocks. This spring, 191 countries come together to discuss the future of the global economy and shape policies and solutions that work for all. Join the conversation.
Is that for real? Is that for real? Yo, Daz with the €5 schmeckle. I appreciate that, my guy. I don't think clarity will be the flip. Be the flip switch, but it will help. Yeah, it all helps in the end of the day. I only smoke left-handed cigs. All the cool kids do it, dude. Oh yeah. If it was more prominent, maybe I would have tried it, but I don't know. The smell of them always grossed me out growing up. You moving your arm just like the gingerbread man? Yo, chill. If the Senate gets flipped to Elizabeth Warren takes over, she's extremely in the pocket of the banks, anti-crypto. Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. That's why nothing's ripping, dude. The amount of uncertainty from literally every aspect of this fucking story is so crazy. I want to know if this is true, because that's very coincidental timing. If it's fucking and DAI saying the new Bretton Woods. Let me check. Let me just hit the Grok thing on it real quick, so I could just maybe see if it's legit or not. Thinking about your request. All right, think about it faster, bitch. Come on. Yo, Smiling Friends is ending. That's so unfortunate. Oh man, never got to. Anyone think we will see €4 XRP this year? I mean, at this point, I don't even want to throw anything out there, because it's just the amount of screwballs they could throw our way is so overwhelming. I do, Johnny. Yo, Daz thinks so. All right, here we go. I think a healthy pump, but then level back down again. I'm thinking clarity might cause a FOMO rally and then maybe dump again. But once we can wrap up this Iran fucking whatever's going on actually under the scene, I'm sure that's a whole plethora of reasons for this operation. And it does seem like one aspect of it is this whole petrodollar thing they talk about, like DAI and those guys, the much larger scale of Iran trying to apparently, these are all, who knows what's actually happening in real life, but trying to charge tolls for the oil that goes through there. It's a big chunk of the world oil sales, all this shit. It all revolves around oil, seemingly, because they're fucking China's apparently getting around it because they're settling the transactions in the yuan, apparently, is what's going on. So that's one aspect of it too. It seems like they know they need to get the stable coins fucking deployed like a plague, because that's the end game of it. So it's the only way to do that is you're going to need a flip of the switch moment for this thing to start accelerating at a fucking insane rate. And this is all coordinated with the autonomous AI agents utilizing this type of stuff. I mean, I think it's seeming like the amount of volume that's literally behind a dam for years and years and years, just as this thing's being built. It's kind of crazy. Jake predicted 750 by the end of December. Yo, he might need some golden teachers. Chart Nerd TA flags the IMF and World Bank. Let's see, the post-embedded promotional video showcases. Where the frick, bro?
The global
IMFC. No. What the hell is that? International Monetary Fund, IMFC meeting. Is this legit? IMF.org? Dude, 2025. Take a look at this freaking website. This website's kind of sketch, bro. Um, it's kind of sketch. News. IMF Live. Just click it. Take me to the news. How China's economy can pivot to consumption-led growth. Oh boy. Oh boy. Motherfucker, I'm just looking for the event maybe. What was that? Events. Check that shit. Here we go. Here we go. It said April. November. Oh, they all right. So they're planned out for a bit. February, March. Asian into what? Press briefing. Interesting. Not seeing. This might be some bullshit. Maybe just from quick little glance. That might be some bullshit, but interesting. Yeah. Here's what Donnie's saying, all right? With a little more time, we can easily open the Hormuz Strait, take the oil, and make a fortune. It would be a gusher for the world. President Donnie. All right. It does seem like the oil. Why does oil always seem to be at the center of a lot of this stuff? just coincidentally, you know? Maybe I don't know. When the fuck does this flip get switched, bro? I know it's a million switches, but there's always that one day, one random day, or maybe it is coordinated. You look back at the previous just kind of like euphoric runs. It's just like it seems like we are bound for one of those to happen, whether it's within the next, even if it's another year. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm leaning more towards maybe the end of the year just because, I don't know. Theo was spitting some shit on, dude, this guy is so bad now, dude. His show used to be so sick. His guests are fucking atrocious, bro. And like Theo, and you can tell he's just like scared to dabble into any of the crazy shit anymore, because he's talking about having fucking dinners with like Peter Thiel and those guys. Like he's in that circle now. He's best friends with Elon and all that shit. So yeah, like Theo like will just spit some real shit about what a lot of people are thinking, and he's like, "Oh, we got to get you off your meds." It's like, oh my god, it's clear as day. This guy can't touch any subject now. He's at that point. And that's what's interesting about Tim Dillon too, because Tim Dillon says, I think too, Joe, he's like on his show, he's like, I'm weary of getting into friends of that circle and just getting involved in that, because then like if I'm on my show, I don't want to like be bound in if I say something and then it's a huge deal and all this shit. Plus these guys got a lot of money to make bad stuff happen to you if you really piss them off. Instant settlement is the only benefit I see with stables. So the banks need the Clarity Act and regs to come in full force. That's the big switch. I mean, we think that's the big switch, but how many switches have we actually witnessed on this dashboard of a trillion? You got to flick them like Brad says. I don't know. What up, Money Mike? Have you ever looked into Project Looking Glass and in Lockwood's books into the Trump? No, neither of those. I feel like I've heard of Project Looking Glass. I feel like I've heard of that. What's that about? We're set on everything else. Just need those regulations for the banks. Moneymaker Mike, yo, and Froggy Fresh. Absolute goats. All right, so let's see what the hell this guy's saying. Let me pop my drink first. Let me take a minute. Let me pop my drink. Catch up with the chat. Tim Dillon's a national treasure. Tim's still out there keeping it real. People get so upset because he'll just say like some gross shit, but I'm like, that's the like absurdity of some of the statements he's saying. He's like saying it for a shock factor. I mean, maybe part of him believes some of the things too, but it's like, whatever, dude. He's fucking just a guy ranting on a camera, like. But I like Tim Dillon now because it seemed like he was keeping it real. Like, I feel like Joe is avoiding having him on, or fucking Alex Jones on like the plague. He is not having those guys on. I think clarity is the most important to finally stop the effing manipulation. Maybe, man. All we could do is hope. It puts Tesla's Inglewood Lockwell Trump the whole time travel theory together and how they've been able to see different timelines, and it's all convergent at this point, no matter what. Wait, what? That sounds unbelievable. It puts Tesla, Inglewood, Lockwood, Trump, the whole. What the fuck? I've never heard. I've heard of that theory, but I never really looked into it. That's Project. What, dude? Stop it. What is Project Looking Glass? Yo, you gotta be careful even like saying some of these code names out there, dude. Brother Eye's always listening. Yes, it's nuts. Yo, stop it. I've just heard that name, probably from someone mentioning it on Rogan. Back in the day, you know. Meanwhile, Tesla keeps sliding. Interesting. He's also a comedian, funny as frick. If you mean Tim, yeah, because Tim can talk in an engaging way. That's awesome. Oh, I was watching these guys before I went live. If anyone's ever seen the Jesus Twins on Howard Stern, dude, I just kind of like just discovered this old series clip of like what's their story on here. Dude, this is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, this is such peak entertainment. It's unbelievable what the fuck Howard Stern turned into, and just the show and everything. How all things peak and fall. It's old as time. Like, during this time, no one would have ever thought Howard Stern would fall off, but it's like just time. Catman, hold off for 20 minutes. My shrooms haven't kicked in yet. What? Hold on, I'll grab the link. I'm no links in the chat. But if you could, I don't know if you could type in what I could find. There's no links in the chat ever. With plus, it will just block it. But I do it for everybody's safety. I'm looking out for everybody. Hey, yo, Mike, give me the good news, fam. I don't know. We're going to the moon, I guess, but we're just driving by it. That's pretty sick. They just so happen to do it on April Fool's Day, which is so crazy. Ever seen Project Looking Glass? I've heard of it, but I've also heard that is this part of the theory also, that because I remember one of the guys involved at a high degree, I forget what branch he was the head of or something, was one of Trump's like great relatives or something like that, and it was involved with the confiscation of the Tesla documents, that he just had a part in it to some degree. I've heard that. Is that part of Project Looking Glass? Yeah, Looking Glass goes deep. Yo, imagine you guys. Oh my god, I'm sure I could probably find some good videos. I'll have to check. Lemon tech your mushroom for a faster launch. I've heard of that. And then I've seen other people debunk it and say it's not, like, lemon teching really doesn't do anything. It puts everything together. Yo, stop it. That's the secret to the universe, you're telling me? That's his uncle. What? That's my uncle. Yo, that's crazy. John G. Trump got access to all the Tesla documents when they raided his hotel room in NYC and kept the tech for their family. Dude, stop it, bro. Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking say that, because I know he was involved with it. That's my furthest knowledge of that. And it sounds so crazy, but if it's true, it's true. I mean, what the hell is there to, like, yeah, the truth is crazy. I mean, our whole fucking lives are, like, manufactured. Depends on which Project Looking Glass you're talking about. I believe there's two. Yo, everybody, give this man a thumbs up. Yeah, guys, if you want more live streams and stuff, be sure to hit the like button and comment and all that shit. It helps it out with the algorithm, so then I also know to try to make time to do more of specific stuff. Nobody knows why, and this was before any Trump was born. That was important. What? Go look up the Ingersoll Lockwood books. Aaron Trump and his wizard master called Dawn. Yo, what the fuck are we even saying? There's so much. This is so overwhelming. Like, guys, listen, you guys know I entertain good conspiracy theories and stuff like that because they're fun, and just stupid shit like this. But it's like, your brain can only handle so much. Like, in my mind, it's just is. At a certain point, I really just go, it's probably so beyond. Like, we're probably in so deep, like someone said, that it's just don't even worry about what some of the crazy shit that's potentially going on. I mean, the stuff involving the free energy and crazy leaps and bounds and like physics or some shit. Like, they just whacked some guy at MIT a couple of months back, because I forget what specifically he was dabbling in, but it was in some important shit regarding like energy or plasma, something crazy, like high level. And he just was whacked in his room. That is insane. That kind of went under the radar. That was only a couple months ago, right at MIT or Harvard, whichever one. It was like one of the major Boston schools. Are the Trumps time travelers? I got no clue. You guys are tripping. I mean, if it's the truth, it's the truth. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I mean, or are we tripping because we don't know about it and it actually is legit, you know? Who knows? The quantum computer for the looking glass is named Alice. Stop it. What the fuck? What? Alice in Wonderland, and there's been since 1923, and it has Trump's name on it and Lockwood's name on it. What? What the fuck? I might have to do a Patreon video of that. They learned they cannot stop the Great Awakening, which is coming, and that is why they are trying to hold on to old world power. They are trying everything at this point to retain power and control. But who's they? That's the obvious question. Who is they? And we know it's probably such a large, intricate web of like a crime syndicate. That's basically what it is. Like there's some global crime syndicate that's going on. So whoever's a part of it, I don't give a fuck whoever's a part of it. I mean, there's definitely some of that going on, because you see a lot of these things and you're like, that's bad for humanity, intentionally. I mean, dude, they poison people for money. You kidding me? At the end of the day. Well, and then people say it's deeper than that regarding like loosh, and then you go crazy. I mean, I don't know. Who knows anything? The cabal, yeah. Where's Bearable Guy when we need him? That's what I'm saying. Bearable Guy is just fucking with us. I mean, I don't know. It really is coming down to like, if we imagine we start popping off at some point in April or May, even give it that buffer, I would then look at the Bearable Guy one that just came out with the moon and all the money and all this shit. I would imagine I would declare Bearable Guy legit at that point. Like if we hit a crazy start momentum upwards within the next 2 months, if it happens, I will declare Bearable Guy legit, because at that point I'm like, all right, that's enough for me. It's creepy. Sounds like Looking Glass number 2. A lot of scientists have been whacked. A lot of them. Always seemingly, yet again, involving energy. Involving energy. Stuff usually bad happens to people. Anything like that. If nothing happens this month, Bearable Guy is a psyop. I'll give him till next month too, because it's still like spring. Whenever it officially turns summer, then I'm like, all right then. A little satanic. Oh yeah. Yeah, it gets bad for sure. Question is how bad? How bad? But who the fuck? I don't know if we want to actually know. Yeah, you gotta be careful saying words like that, because YouTube will they don't like it. There's Q and there are Anon, but there is no such thing as QAnon. What? What about all the people that have harnessed water as power? Yeah, hydropower, all that shit. A lot of engines and stuff. Bad stuff happens. The question is, when do we witness Project Bluebeam? In what amount of years do you think, if it happens, what year do you think they whip out Project Bluebeam? Because it seems like they're getting close. It seems like they're getting close. All these recent years of like dragging this whole performative bullshit of people like even being psyops, but then you have legit encounters like Commander David Fravor and these like actual military guys who encountered something, you know. Those are legit, and then you have other people sprinkled in where they're just like a bunch of goofballs. And they've even been dragged on Rogan, you know, almost like mix in real shit with the crazy shit. Look up CERN, it's scary. You guys were telling me about CERN a while back. A little bit deeper knowledge into it, because I literally had only ever heard like one little tidbit about it up until that point. Yeah, the heating up in front of Dragon Disclosure in front of Congress, it's crazy. They just drug Steven Spielberg back out from his hole to come out with a new Alien movie, Disclosure Day. I mean, all the Alien movies, the Hollywood thing, Battle Los Angeles. I mean, it's aliens, it's space, it's like it's the people coming down, killing us. They're slow dripping for real. I don't know that. I mean, the main obvious question becomes, are they slow dripping legit shit? Is it a 50-50 or is it all bullshit, completely manufactured? I mean, that's kind of what Project Bluebeam is, but the whole fun conversation goes on about the reverse and alien tech. Like, what was the guys? What I'm trying to do something simultaneously. Switch the account, please. Oh, the Fed is printing money again, and inflation is accelerating. Quote a clear value tax. Interesting. He's got a good YouTube channel. Good YouTube channel. I don't want to hear myself. Shut your mouth. Thank you. Guys, we got 69 people in here. We got 35 likes. That math ain't adding up. Gotta hit the like button real quick. They're building some CERN structures here in America as well. Dude, don't even say that. Don't even say that. I don't know if I'm ready. District 9. Yo, the aliens and fucking people all like in poverty and shit. It's so crazy. District 9 is a phenomenal movie. CGI looks better than everything that comes out today. Don't believe all the alien gaslight and shit. Well, that's the main question. No, I mean, dude, some of it does seem legit. Like, the people do see, advanced aerial craft. I mean, of course it exists. Where do we think all the money goes? Donnie's trying to get like 15 trillion or 1.5 fucking trillion for military budget in next year. All this money just goes missing. Like from like Pentagon audits and all that, just weird money goes missing, man. A lot of it. So I mean, they're working on. The money's going somewhere. What's it going to? You can't buy that many like fucking. I don't even know. Yo-yos. I don't know. Something to have fun with. Going real shit. Apparently, they ripped the fabric of space and time in CERN. Stranger Things. Is that kind of what you're saying? That's scary. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. There's just... aliens are probably 93% of elected officials. I don't know about that. I don't know. War in a POS ballroom. We're living in the upside down. Are we? Come on, I want to live in the right side up, dude. We got demons down here. But what if the... I don't know, man. I do truly think psychedelics would play a larger role if they weren't, cut off. I agree, but don't believe the gov. I'm not believing the gov, but there are more instances and reports and everything. Like, dude, I've heard a lot of like different fucking alien content. Like, it's so fun. And Jesse Michaels has very good knowledge on the subject. But he weirds me out too, because he's involved in like Peter Thiel's investment funds and everything. So that's a giant red flag. But the content, there is substance. Like, pretty legit substance sometimes, and a lot of the times he does have like a lot of wackos on, and I can't listen to those because they're clear full of shit. But just like actual recorded, literal things you can look to back in the day. And yet again, some weird government divisions that money was pouring into, and just the amount of games being played for whatever they're actually hiding, whether it is just super top secret fucking all of our money is just getting flooded into these crazy things. At the end of the day, it's probably just weapons of some kind. Everything's got to be a weapon. Bro, Donnie is like being on mushrooms for 4 years. You'll be more effed up than Taiwan. Oh, man. Guys, do me a solid. Hit the like button real quick. Yeah, 40 likes. We got 72 people. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Oh, what's this guy saying? All right. Men in Black funding. Yo, I mean, there have been reports, you just got to look at it all in the grand scheme of like people going around like that. Men in Black. They've been snatching homeless people off the street for secret genetic alien hybrid experimentation. Even immigrants, and now they've been taking out the ice. What? Dude, what? That's out there. I mean, I don't know. That's out there. I mean, you did hit, who was it, Matt Gaetz? Granted, yet again, I wouldn't believe anything fucking Matt Gaetz says. I think it was him. But he recently just talked about, he's like, yeah, I was briefed on like some weird shit, like, yeah, like alien hybrid stuff. Like, what? Like, what the fuck are you even saying? Yeah, no, I was just like, and it's weird. Obama on that podcast, and he just kind of like drops the alien. Like, it's just, it was so weird. And then Donnie responds to it. I don't know. It's so bizarre. Smash an alien if it had a BBL. Living in the upside down. Dude, I want to live in upside Hawkins. I don't want to be in the upside down Hawkins. Hit the effing like button. What's wrong with you? That's what I'm saying, dog. People should go back and watch the V TV show. Heard on the Maverick Approach yesterday that when Artemis 2 launched, the camera feed cut off for a sec, 5 minutes. He totally gave a nod to the XR. I did see a post about that. I didn't look into it though. Oh man. All right, I want to take a look at this. So Omid Malakane. The hell is this guy? Explainer in chief at Columbia Biz. Okay, roger that. Prediction. In the years to come, a stablecoin issuer will differentiate itself by its refusal to intervene or do freeze and seize, pushing this to the boundaries of what's possible legally. This will likely be a killer GT go-to-market strategy and take massive market share. Logic. Everyone and their mother is going to issue a stablecoin, but they are notoriously difficult to differentiate. As Tolsty said, every narrow bank is the same fractional reserve. Banks are each fractional in their own way. Neutrality and non-intervention is one of the few ways a stablecoin could distinguish itself. And this will appeal to DeFi a great deal and most users. The counter, though, but hacks and smart contract errors and regulators and Liz Warren and non-believers and suits and their simps, they want seize, they want freeze, they want 1-800-refund functionality. My response is, that's TradFi. Feel free to keep using it. Not being that way is the whole point of crypto. Interesting. So David comes in, goes, explain to me how this would work. The whole point of a stablecoin is that it represents a legal obligation of the issuer to redeem for fiat. A court order does in fact dissolve that legal obligation because that's the effect court orders have on legal obligations. If a court dissolves the legal obligation that the stablecoin represents and they don't freeze and seize it, then what happens? Whoever tries to redeem it for the underlying money gets nothing. What happens over time? Some of the stablecoins represent legal obligations of the issuer and some don't. So it becomes a fractional reserve. Is redemption first come, first served? Did he respond? He did. Court orders will have to be followed, but beyond that, they can choose to ignore hacks and code bugs that demand bailouts. If you mean this stablecoin wouldn't represent a legal obligation of the issuer to redeem for fiat, explain to me how that's supposed to be selling point when the selling point of stablecoins is that they do in fact represent a legal obligation of the issuer. All right, so these guys are just going fucking back and forth. I'm in. Canal. He's been popping off a lot lately. There's a lot of stuff going on with him. Yeah, I mean the fucking. I want to see if this is legit. A lot of stablecoin stuff heating up, dude. Remember we saw that document a while ago that one of the major milestones of like allowing implementation goes live in July for the Genius Act. The Treasury just put out something talking about it. I mean, what the fuck?
If you have a tanker and you want to cross the Strait of Hormuz, you have to go through 3 stages.
I have no idea what this channel is, so I don't.
First of all, you have to prove that your tanker is legal. Where is it going to? Crew, manifesto, destination, where you're carrying, how do you pay for it, etc. So this goes through a broker to the IRGC leadership in Iran. They do background checks. If they approve you, it's okay. But then that's the second part. You have to pay the toll booth. The toll booth is $2 million per ship.
Whoa.
If you do step 1 and 2, step 3 is the most fascinating of them all. You have a radio message in your ship from the IRGC Navy clearing your path to navigate inside Iranian territorial waters through a narrow channel of 5 miles, 8 kilometers max, under surveillance by the RGC Navy because they are in the little island of Larak, even with binoculars to see that your tanker is really your tanker. But you're cleared. You don't have an escort, nothing. You can go through. And this applies both ways. But both ways is more complicated. If you're coming from Asia and you're coming to the Persian Gulf, if you are an Iranian tanker, no problem. If you are a Chinese tanker, you have to go to an Iranian port. If you are a Chinese tanker and you're going to ports in the Persian Gulf of hostile nations, you won't cross. So this is how they are tweaking. But the most important thing is the payment.
Yeah.
And the preferred payment for everything is Petro Yuan. They accept cash. And they accept cash. If let's say you have a ton of Japanese yen, they'll say yes, okay. But they prefer yuan cash because then they can recycle this with their several channels that they have with the Chinese financial system, and a blockchain called Tron. This blockchain called Tron, the IRGC, they have their accounts via third, fourth, fifth parties in this blockchain, and they accept yuan once again.
Whoa. I mean, we've been hearing it, dude. This conversation of like the currency wars, we've heard it. That's why this is seemingly larger. I don't know. This is like end game between China and him and Xi is supposed to be meeting next month, I think, at some point. They delayed it, of course, because originally it was supposed to be in April. But Donnie and Xi are meeting up as of now next month. So, Pepe Escobar, I thought, what? Is Neil deGrasse Tyson a real scientist? I got no clue. I just want to escape the Matrix and stop being a wage slave. So hopefully XRP. Yeah, you just gotta try to level up in the meantime. That's all we can do. It was a cool show. You want me to hit the like button, don't you? I mean, that'd be cool. All right, here we go. Oh no, he went full retard. Never go full retard.
If Bitcoin is the protocol for money moving forward into the future,
guys, hit the like button real quick though. For real, it helps the algorithm.
Does that mean that everything else in the world of crypto is completely useless?
Going to zero, all of it.
Dude, he said all of it. He said all of it.
If Bitcoin is the protocol for money moving forward into the future, does that mean that everything else in the world of crypto is completely useless?
Going to zero, all of it. In a long enough time frame. All going.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Now, it might go up in pieces of paper for a time, but against Bitcoin, it's going to zero, all of it.
Bro, can I really sit here for another fucking 4 minutes of this? Guys, can I go through another 4 minutes? I can't believe anything he says. Maybe I gotta be good though. Let him state his argument. Let him state his argument. I'm open to anything. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keith, you got something?
Well, because is that because there's no use for these other things as money? Or
because
are there technologies, right, that can still be used here?
The question is the design element on top of this. If you have a centralized database, which is blockchain would be, right? What use case? So if you built NFTs on top of that and the rules changed, could your NFTs be worthless? Because the rules changed. Everything built on top of you're building on top of quicksand because the rules have changed. You're building on top of, if you hold gold and centralized, and somebody else centralizes and changes the rules, your gold becomes worthless or something. That's the point. It requires decentralization and security. And those are such high bars, right? Not a little bit of decentralization and security. Decentralized and security that nobody can stop it. And that is the thing that now you can build civilization on top of that because nobody can stop it. And that's the difference. And that's why it's so hard to put this in, because we've never seen this before. So you would naturally think, and I remember I've been in technology my entire life. And so if you think in
okay, and he's got a polo on, so we should trust
technology,
him.
Okay, this is old tech. The new tech is going to be better. The protocols are different, right? So the old tech and then the new tech, it would be a natural thing for us to think. And then once I was in the new tech, and I had my money in it and everything else, I wouldn't want it to fail. I wouldn't want to hear all of this. If I built a business on top of something else, if I used Ethereum BRC token as my base for something else, I wouldn't want to hear this because I spent all my time and energy creating something else on top of something that could be taken away because it was built on quicksand. I wouldn't want to hear it, but it's true.
what is your time frame for this? We got a ton of people in the chat being like, is this 50 to 100 years away? Not in our lifetime. What's his time frame? What's your...
So my time frame is right now. What I do right now, my life is actually it's emergent of exactly what I described. It's getting easier and easier and easier everywhere, because of the world I live and experience is this. I spend time in circular economies all over the world that are completely outside of this. I spend thousands, tens of thousands of people that I know this isn't stopping because they're built on top of it. What is the time frame for the whole? So I already live in that time frame. All prices for me are falling.
He's a time
They have
traveler.
been. My house since I bought Bitcoin is straight down. Energy prices straight down. Every price.
I mean, where'd you buy a house if it just went fucking straight down? I feel like houses have been booming.
Is straight down. It's the time frame is right now.
Mm-hmm.
The choice is, when is the time frame for you? And so if you ask when is, because when you're asking that, it implies the question.
Dude bought a fucking banana shack.
Is when does everybody?
He's crying about.
That's the answer everybody wants.
Yeah. When does everybody get it? So you have knowledge right now that you could get it right now. You could start right now, and your life gets better and better and better.
Dude, what the fuck? Like this, none of this even has substance. What is he saying?
Your money can't be stolen.
Oh my god, money can't be stolen, buddy. There's a couple of base tokens. It's the same fucking thing, and it still has decentralization concerns. Like, you go after the mining and stuff. We saw people like fucking abusing the amount of blocks certain companies and stuff. So like, there are concerns with it. Just like pros and cons of literally fucking anything. Each one of them has a fucking con and concerns to be concerned about.
You're waiting for everybody else to go first. So what would the world look like if the vast majority of the world didn't know this, and you did, and you put your time and energy into that? Would you be more valuable or less valuable in a free market that was emerging? You'd be more valuable because people don't know it.
He already said that.
Hey, you made it to the end of the clip.
Yeah, thanks. He said, well, all crypto's going to zero. I don't know what. Maybe he's smoking actual toenail fungus. I don't know how he's going that deep into his brain to come up with that conclusion, unless he's being paid to say that.
Again, if they're successful, they'll go back to sleep, put their heads back in the sand, only for 5 years later to wake up and realizing that their foreign competitors and the crypto industry has done an end round around them by adopting the technology. Yeah. I said it in another public sphere a few weeks ago, and I'll say it again here. The banks need this. The banks need the Clarity Act more than the crypto industry does. Mm-hmm. The crypto industry are all led by intrepid, fearless entrepreneurs. They're going to build this, even if they have to go offshore and go to the UAE or go to Singapore or go elsewhere. They're not going to be stopped because there's not clarity legislation. The banks can't go offshore. So they need clarity here at home in the law so they can stay with the curve and not fall behind. Again, if they're...
Interesting. That's Giancarlo. He was like one of the ex-CFTC or SEC chair. Oh, ex-CFTC chair, yeah. He's right. Let's not forget the crypto exchanges made billions without legislation while the banks had to watch on the sidelines. I mean, that's true. We've seen that clip of... oh, wait, who's this guy? We saw the clip of... I can't think now. I saw this dude's face and it threw me off. What is he saying?
XRP. Because that's another thing. I'd say our audience is largely people who are...
Oh, this is the Bitcoin guy again. Oh my God, this is going to be
either
good.
Bitcoin or XRP, some combination of the two. But we've got a big XRP influence on our fan base for sure.
So please. Now read something I wrote on. It's called "Finding Signal in a Noisy World." You can find it on my website, Jeffrey.
Why is he plugging that? Just fucking tell me what's going on.
.com.
I'm not going there.
Where I lay out why Bitcoin is the only thing that will work long.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Term, and it comes in layers. It's protocol. XRP cannot, or it's from a structure. I don't have time to get into it all right now.
Oh yeah, he's got to run, dude. He's got to go fucking milk his cow. Like,
people need to read that paper over and over and over again.
Yeah.
To break that mindset. I understand why, if you own a token, why you would want that token to go up. I'm not talking about a token. I'm talking about a protocol that's emerging in layers.
Okay.
I'm talking about something that looks totally different, and there can only be one. It's not.
Oh, I don't know. How many times has that been said through history?
XRP. XRP is is trying to use this inside governments, they're spending a lot of money in lobbying and everything else to try to make this into this. I'm not saying in a short term, a token won't go up for a little while. What I'm saying is a completely different thing. I'm not measuring a token. I'm not measuring these things in a piece of paper. I'm measuring a structural change that is emerging across society, and you have a choice to cooperate with it, be part of it, or not.
So a few things that come off of that. I'll first touch this. So Abs from Good Evening Crypto, who runs a very big XRP focused or crypto channel, he said, respectfully, add me in, coach. And so I'll try to speak for you, Abs. Please fill in where I missed here. But there, like when we talked to Abs, we had him on the shows, amazing episode. But he basically, his approach was, this stuff's going to happen regardless, and XRP is likely to be one of the people or things doing it. So,
and to be clear, it's the system's attempt, right, to maintain this control.
This is exactly it. And so, yes, he's right. And if you're measuring in a short-term time window of pieces of paper, then if that system becomes a banking system and you can get yield and a clarity act to try to drive yield to this before it all blows up, there's a chance that some of this goes up in the short term. And that's why all the lobbying is trying to make this out. There's so much money at play.
How about value? Everything's token. In this future where we're going, everything's tokenized. All of it. You have fucking Larry, Dr. Evil out there telling you. The amount of air you consume is going to be tokenized. You want to pay the toll, you pay the toll to fucking breathe, bitch. That's where we're going.
Play right? in this.
So where's all that going to run on? That's just my question. I think that's the main question. What pipes are going to be allowing this money to move? And which ones do you think are going to get a larger chunk than not? I'm seeing good things I'm seeing Ripple's long-term plan is seemingly, at this point in time. Stellar, I see Stellar moving good. Solana, there was a crazy DeFi manipulation, something going on the other day on one of the Solana DeFi protocols. I don't think I covered it, but it was something fucking crazy going on with that.
But the nature of Bitcoin, and that's why I said read that paper, Finding Signal in a Noisy World, because the physics of how this works on a blockchain works. You can have decentralization, security, or scalability on layer one. Bitcoin chose decentralization and security.
It still has centralization risks, my guy. Why are we pretending like that's not?
So it's the only thing that's decentralized and secure. Every other coin that chose scalability had to sacrifice either security or scalability. You can only choose two of three. So if you've chosen scalability, it has to be centralized. Ask yourself just a really simple question. Forget all this bullshit. Ask yourself a simple question. If you had a high-cost database, which is blockchain, that was centralized, why wouldn't you just use a database? The free market says you will not use a centralized, because the centralization is the problem, right? So Bitcoin being decentralized and secure, and most people kind of fought against it because it wasn't scalable. And they were right in the short term. They were right, just like if you looked at
Buddy, I think everyone and their mother is going to have their own stable coin like we just read. I think, and you literally just need the interoperability ecosystem that allows these things to move and tap into the native digital asset that maybe can benefit from high usage of the fucking network down the line, with witnessing all these different things being built at the fucking protocol level. What?
TCP/IP in the short term. It couldn't build the internet because the layers hadn't built. But because it was technology that protected against a nuclear war, and you could keep up communications, more and more people built on top of that technology and extended the functionality because it couldn't be taken down. That's what Bitcoin is. It can't be taken down. And
That's such a wild statement to say anything definitively cannot be taken down. It's rock solid 100%. It cannot go anywhere. It has zero threats. You can't say that about
What's happening
anything.
is you have a neutral protocol that more and more people are building on top of, that are extending the functionality against all of these non-neutral protocols, centralized things. And the same thing happened on the internet, on the evolution of the internet. As the internet evolved, you had OSI, you had IBM, you had all of these other people trying to create their own version of an internet, right? So they could have control. But if you were inside a control system, you were still inside a control system. So the neutral one became the only one.
Hey, you made it to the end of the
Yo, Bitcoin will go down faster than Tom Lee on an egg roll. Yo, not the egg roll guy. Yo, that's crazy. I like that painting in the background. He needs to get some color in that room, dude. It's just like fucking white. It's just like a wall they rolled in.
It's not XRP.
It's not XRP. Okay. Well, we'll see. that's all I could say to that. We shall see. Without oh, I actually want to see this real quick. Basic government system, realistically, that should be a concern. Yeah, I don't know. I saw, because I see this Chainlink Reserve thing, right? Reserve update. Today, the Chainlink Reserve accumulated 137, whatever. Link, blah, 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 blah. They have a bunch of link, all right? I don't think I fully ever did the due diligence, massive digging into what this fund is and how it benefits, because this guy says without an escrow arrangement, what are the restrictions on link in the reserve being sold or distributed to the market at any future date? A 2-day time lock and a role-based governance system. Realistically, they could wait 2 days and then sell it if they wanted to. That should be a concern. Yeah, that is a little interesting. Just based on surface level like that, I would have to look more into that. I want to see about that. SBI making a move. I remember when Eric was tweeting all the time. He's like, yo, in my opinion, it's a great time to add Ethereum. You can thank me later. That was when he tweeted that. And here we are. And same thing with Jim Cramer now talking about oil and shit. Mr. Baldy, Lex Luthor. Coinbase has received conditional OCC charter approval. We're not becoming a bank. It's a trust company. We're bringing the infrastructure of crypto under a federal regulatory oversight. Very convenient this is going on now that we're saying it seems like they got this yield debacle. This debacle is all set, and then they come out with this. It's almost like it was part of the arrangement. Insane. Let's see. Oh my God, this guy. I had to unfollow this guy. Mason versus Lewis. Genuine question for hardcore XRP holders. Why would global banks choose to use XRP and in turn potentially boost its price through the roof when Ripple holds 34 billion tokens? If it goes to the wild prices everyone yaps about, Ripple would be the most valuable financial institution in the world. Do we really think banks want to make that happen for the Ripple company's story? Think about global banks being approached to use XRP. They will do extreme due diligence before using a cryptocurrency asset to solve traditional bank and buy. They will see all the retail holders, all the weird riddles, and all the theories. What? Do you think they would accept the proposition and use XRP? Is the utility and benefit to them big enough to just ignore certain things? What the fuck? What are you saying? Yeah, this makes business sense for us to do and would make us money, but we don't want to do it because it would also make this other company money. I mean, what the fuck? Okay. Simplest and best answer. Thank you, David. Okay, roger that. A better question might be, is this technology still relevant in the age of stablecoins? Let's read some of this shit. There are some cases where volatility is a huge problem, and so a stablecoin is a better choice than a cryptocurrency. Similarly, there are some use cases where a regulated asset with a trusted counterparty is a benefit. But cryptocurrencies have 3 big advantages over stablecoins. Number 1, a stablecoin can only be stable with respect to one currency, and a stablecoin denominated in the fiat you need it to be stable relative to may not exist with the qualities you want. Applications that involve multiple jurisdictions with different native fiats don't benefit as much from the stability. Number 2, a stablecoin can be frozen or clawed back by its issuer. That's the big one. Ripple, for example, can't refuse a U.S. court order, and the U.S. courts may decide that other things matter more than you do, even if you've done nothing wrong. For example, if some country asserts that you've supported terrorism and claims secret evidence, is a U.S. court order going to protect you, even if you claim that your only support for terrorism was in the form of speech criticizing that government's human rights record? Do we expect AI agents to defend themselves in courts? Do you want or have to? He's going deep with it. For most cryptocurrencies, most of the time, the upside is worth more than the downside. So if you don't need stability, you might prefer a cryptocurrency over a stablecoin for many applications. If I had to lock up some money in an escrow for a year, I might well prefer XRP or Bitcoin to USD because I know the USD isn't going up. Interesting. Oh, dude, yeah, there's a whole fucking rabbit hole with this right now. Let's see. You're famous for saying XRP cannot be cheap. With the news of G Treasury and Ripple settling $16 trillion a year in XRP ETFs, why is XRP still cheap? I'm not asking for a price prediction. I'm and many others are curious why it's still so cheap. Okay. So David is referring to that old tweet in 2017 when he said, it can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1 million, they'd need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million. If XRP costs $1 million, they need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. You're thinking about it from the point of view of an XRP holder. When I said XRP cannot be cheap, if you're talking about this post, that was talking about it from the point of view of using it for payments. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's talking about it from the view. Oh, I guess, yeah, he. Interesting. What is that? What? Was he poking the chicken? The hell am I witnessing, dude? X is such a cesspool. Oh my God, guys, X Money was supposed to be going live in April too. We forgot about that. Definitely forgot about that. Big time. All right, let's take a look over here. I'm gonna just ban that account that said that ALX thing because that seems like spam. So yeah, I'll just do that. That's spam. Yo, what up, Zerp? We want to protect the consumer. Line is so nauseating. Yeah, it's always our benefit. Yo, hit the like button. It's free and a simple way to say thanks, Mike. For real. Oh, real, son. Yo, what up, DC? DS. Larry Fink looks so much like Dr. Fink in The Simpsons. Shout out that guy. What? This kid's tied up in whose garage? What are you talking about? Do you think Baldy is right to want yield for stablecoins? But I mean, I've said it since the beginning on this channel. I'm like, he's doing it for the company's benefit because it makes up such a hefty part of their revenue. It's part of their revenue model. They have the deal with Circle. I mean, they were doing it from that point. I said that from the beginning, and then I was still seeing like people put up the fight of like, oh no, they're doing it for our benefit. I'm like, I think that might just be good PR, guys. I mean, just look at it like, what the fuck? They want to protect their fucking revenue. When you're talking billions of dollars, yeah, you're gonna put up a little bit of a fight for that, you know. Plus they've been in fucking bed with like we watching stuff, early deals and collaborations with like JP Morgan and shit, cross pollination. I mean, their early investment rounds show up in the e-files. Certain people talking, Coinbase, all this shit. Out on the water fishing, dude, I would kill to get a nice day and be fishing. Go for it. The weather is so bad still. Yo, Mike, you ever smoke shrooms? No. I didn't even know that was like a true possibility. Like you talking like a cart or something? But no. I already put my DNA on the like button. Hey, there you go. That's what you got to do. Let's take a look if we got any breaking news. Breaking news. It's Good Friday, so I don't know if we're going to get anything crazy. Charles is out talking shit about Ripple again. We see our NASA just tweeted We see our home planet as a whole lit up in spectacular blues and browns. A green aurora even lights up the atmosphere. That's us together, watching as our astronauts make the journey to the moon. I knew someone was gonna say it. I knew someone was gonna say bullshit. It looks flat to me. Oh no. Here we go with this stuff, dude. More info about the image. A full disk image of the Earth as seen from the Orion capsule. The planet is a pale blue swirling white cloud. Okay. 8 and 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah. Dude, the rocket was cool though. I mean, dude, if that's legit, that's fucking awesome. I don't know. I mean, you can't believe anything you see now, so I have no fucking clue. It looks flat to me. Oh man. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's funny. Two wolves negotiating how to carve up a sheep line felt accurate. There you go. Hey, what up, Jeff? CG. I mean, yeah, how'd they get the picture back, though? How'd they get the picture? They got, I don't know. Got the satellites and shit. They're beaming the photography back to Earth. Beep, beep, beep. If the moon wasn't out, how did they know what direction to go? Wait, what? It's taking a weird path. It's doing like figure eights around. If this is legit, you know, Project Blue Marble. Yo, come on. Bro has had some chill music playing in the background this morning. Oh yeah. It's always cartoons. Satellite imagery, dude. That's what it is. All right, listen. So then if it's legit Project Blue Marble, what are we on? That's the question. That's the fun conversation, dude. Like the fun, wacky theories. People get so triggered about that stuff. It's good fun. It reminds me of just old like Newgrounds shit or something. Freedom to practice one. All right, I don't care. U.S. Treasury, IRS. Looking forward to providing. I don't know. Okay. Anything popping off right now? Oh, here we go. Speaking of American alchemy. For the first time in 4 billion years of life on Earth, evolution is being consciously directed by the species itself. That is interesting. We are now building the tools that are going to give us the capability to modify human biology wholesale and integrate cybernetics, artificial intelligence, artificial wombs, designer babies, all coming along with robotics. That is pretty crazy. A lot of insane just advancement. For real. We watch this. Dude, I really would like to know the OG source if this video is real, because I want to look more into who is attending this, if this is legit. If anyone knows if anyone knows this is actually going on. The IMF, IMFG, IMFC. Gotta figure out if that's real. G Treasury, Ripple Prime, JP Morgan integration. I remember G Treasury and Ripple, JP Morgan had an integration. I remember that shit. As a single source of data for cash, payments, and risk activities, G Treasury delivers real-time cash settlement and liquidity management through its secure centralized solution for end-to-end cash visibility. The JP Morgan account balances API is integral to that visibility, allowing clients to effectively track the movement of cash and providing real-time reporting, which means increased operational efficiency. All information requests are initiated through the G Treasury platform. The status of the JP Morgan API connection to G Treasury is constantly displayed within the G Treasury marketplace for ease of use. Balances will be processed as actuals or estimates based on the setup of the plugin. Duplication checks exist so that the same balance cannot be created multiple times. All the existing transaction codes used for BAI2 and KMT reporting file happen. G Treasury was the single biggest move Ripple ever made. I mean, they went on that fucking acquisition spree, dude. They bought a Some big companies, man. Ripple Treasury PNC Bank introduced embedded banking integration through Pinnacle Connect. Damn, dude, this guy's got a deep thread. Yeah, oh my God, this guy's thread, dude. Look at this. I don't even have time to go through all this, but it's just never ending. That's what I mean. I can't, especially now. Like, I don't have enough time to be that fully dialed in right now. Arch jobs. Okay. I'll be doing this with my XRP with the chips. Smoke posted a bunch of shit. Oh, I can't stand this guy. I can't stand that show. So obnoxious in my point of view. Ripple IMF. Okay, read all four of those again. Let's see. The Project Blue Marble. Okay. Ripple IMF connections today. Ripple and the IMF from this document. IMF.org. Ripple infrastructure innovation. Regulatory and policy engagement. Bank of England Accelerator Program. Federal Reserve faster payments. Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. And the International Monetary Fund. Ripple was selected to serve on the IMF's high-level advisory group for fintechs. I mean, we remember them brushing shoulders with the IMF. So, all right. So he points to that. Just a reminder. And then he says, read all four of those again. The RTGC goes live on April 27th. UBS projects. The dollar-yen pair could reach 175 if the extended disruption in oil supply continues. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. What do we do, guys? What do we do? Look at the logo on the United Nations. I do remember you guys pointing to the United Nations logo. Crazy. You guys got to keep... I posted on X. You should follow me on there. Keep up to date with some of the stuff I got. And I post... See if I posted this because Fox Business, anytime they have like Brad or Ripple on or XRP related, they always keep putting this as their thumbnail. They keep doing it. I mean, granted, it could just be laziness. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. It's like they already have the thumbnail. They're not going to make a new thumbnail. Let's just fucking use it again. But it's just funny. It's just funny. Wait, what is this? The post is unavailable. Oh, why did they delete this? This was in regards to like, I think Goldman Sachs or something owning Bitcoin. And I was like, highly doubt that's the only crypto he owns, his only Bitcoin. If he isn't lying about owning it, of course. All right, that's Tom Lee again. But, yeah. What up, Terp? G Treasury. Turple Nurple. But you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me. Yo, I gotta get an electronic drum kit again, dude. I had to sell it a couple of years ago. Fucking tough, dude. Sick. It would level up the ability to just jam by myself instead of using like a drum pad is so much different than like actual drumming. It's not even close. It'd be like playing a fucking guitar like on the table, you know, like bing, 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 like that type of shit. We'll see. Gotta watch the introduction of ID for voting because they will let slip through the digital ID if people do not wake up. Bro, I want XRP to hit at least $78. Well, that you should manage your expectations a little bit, my guy. Just a little bit, you know. But who knows? I would love for you to be right. Take place by first becoming communist against its people. Damn. Vaccine passports were crazy, bro. To go like grocery shopping in some places and shit. Fucking crazy. Crazy. Project Blue Marble. Been buying the dip since 2019, so frustrating, but you shouldn't look at it like that. Like, I mean, yeah, all right. Well, obviously get on one hand, it is frustrating, but it's like, it's... If we know the inevitability of some of these projects, I don't know, whenever this thing bangs, whenever it is, as per usual, you're going to look back and go, damn, I wish I bought more. Like, even like blue chip stocks, like a lot of older people who have been made some good plays in stocks and that they just still own it and fucking they did really well. Some of the tech stocks, whatever. You always look back and you go, damn, I wish I bought more. Imagine I bought more. So if you have that philosophy on any type of asset, you got to try to maybe look at it on the more positive side. If XRP even comes close to $78 anytime soon, first thing I do is buy a big house for me and my parents, get me a little DGen Hellcat. I mean, you got to make sure you preserve your wealth if you ever come into it, you know. You got to play it smart. So, creeping in. Oh, the guitar. I got to get a new fucking pedal, too. I got to upgrade my music corner. For sure. Get some new instruments and shit. Good Friday. Nothing really happening right now. Elizabeth Warren. Something regarding Elizabeth Warren. But who cares about Elizabeth Warren? Evernorth. Circle mints a total of 3 billion USDC on Solana in 4 days. With 750 million USDC minted daily. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, Brit. Alright, guys. Hit the like button. All that stuff. If you want more live streams and videos, be sure to support on Patreon. Join our group. It's linked in the description to join the Minutemen. Exclusive videos weekly. And that's the best place to support the channel because the lives get demonetized anyway. So if you want more, that lets me know. Mark, at least you're in the game. Shout out. Oh, hi, Mark. Borrow against your XRP, no tax to pay. And this is how the people, I mean, they do definitely take advantage. That's what I'm saying, though. You gotta do the research yourself and stuff at the end of the day, but you gotta be careful. Yeah, but no, but the point I'm getting at is, yeah, the wealthy do definitely take advantage of that. Just you own assets, you just borrow against the assets, you know. You know how it goes. All right, research. You don't want to be, I mean, you want to broaden your horizons as much as you can, you know, just in life. It's okay if he spends his XRP once it hits 78. I'll just buy it. He'll be buying that up. All right, guys. Yeah, hit the like button, all that shit. And that's it. I'll try to tune in next time I can. Keep an eye. Follow me on X. Keep up to date. I'll try to post over there if we go live and stuff. But turn notifications on the YouTube channel. You flick on all notifications to know. And that's it. I will see you in the next one.